Happy Friday, everyone, and welcome to the Lazy Redhead. And if you don't know, I have a serious rash. Can you see? That, unfortunately, I have to put ointment on. It is what it is, guys, right? I ain't rashing for no one, camera or no camera. I mean, last vlog we had beetroot, so this is somewhat of an intentional improvement. I don't know what to tell you. This week, we do have some great news. I am finally going to test out the pinkest pink powder, which I'm really, really excited about. Although there were some troubling updates to this particular product that I myself am still chuffing rage over. But obviously, you'll get to that when you get to that. We're also going to be spending some time in the studio, some much needed time in the studio. There are huge updates as well. One of those updates are coming in hot, literally. I don't do ads very often, but this one I think you'll be interested in. I have recently launched a new membership called the Lazy Redhead Plus. This is basically Patreon has gone, and I'm transferring it over to the tube. In this offering, we are going to see the following member-only live streams. In those live streams, we are gonna have exclusive sketchbook tours. In those, you can ask me questions as I'm perusing. 10% off my store. I know, totes excited about that myself. Member shout-outs, obviously. Face-to-face Google Meets with yours truly. I mean, who doesn't want to see this face up close talking to you? You can ask me direct questions. We just sketch and chat about life in general. You'll also gain access to an exclusive video archive, not only from the previous sketchbook party, but I've also combined all of Patreon archive as well. That is 70 plus videos.
70 plus videos, guys.
What I hope this membership will give you is that exclusivity, is that extra something with the Google Meets, with the face-to-face time. You can ask me anything, show me your work. We'll have show and tells together as a collective. Dead excited about that. I've tried to combine the best of the sketchbook party and the best of Patreon and whack them together for $4.99. If you want to know more, check it out. See what the situation is. There is a little join button down below. See if that works. I don't know what to tell you. Love ya! As I said, as my past self said, I don't do ads, but that is a great ad and a great little like trailer for you to ponder, all right? Hang on, notes.
Ooh, notes.
Notes. So, as most of you know, but I do have some new subscribers, so welcome guys, welcome, and thank you for subscribing. You don't know how much it helps a bitch out, so thanks. Patreon is gone. My 2-year mark for Patreon came up not long ago. Patreon is gone. That is so distracting. Maybe I should like wipe it a little bit. It was just a really bad rash. Okay, it is what it is. It's just, without context, it looks quite dodgy. Back on track. Patreon is gone. The reason is because I am going to be starting my full-time job literally in a week. So you're going to get this before, actually, you're going to get this the week before I actually start my new job. So it's really excited about that. In addition to that, Sketchbook Party has been deleted in its entirety. But what I wanted to do was, I was going to relaunch it, wasn't I? I was going to relaunch that sexy little mofo, decided not to, and to almost merge the concept of the spirit of the Sketchbook Party in with this new membership. And the reason is because I found Lazy Redhead Plus over on Patreon, the concept of it all had a lot more breadth. Had a lot more going on. I could work with that far more than the sketchbook party. I do have quite a formidable sketchbook practice in as much as probably 60% of my, 60, 70, probably 90% of my practice at the moment is sketchbook related. There are periods, however, where that's not the case. And so what do we do in those moments, right? with this Lazy Redhead Plus. I'm not defined by a sketchbook. So that's what that is. So we're going to keep the spirit of Sketchbook Party within the Lazy Redhead Plus. Basically, this whole initiative, this whole change is to slimline. I will be adding a couple more perks to the Lazy Redhead Plus, which is what the advert doesn't state. That will be fine. I'll update the advert as we go. But one of the things I had envisaged is digital sketchbooks, digitizing all of my sketchbooks and having them available to you like a library to peruse whenever you want. You can actually flip the pages on the computer. It's really, really cool. Obviously, that is a lot of time and dedication and investment that will go into those inevitably. But I want to align it with the ability to potentially purchase them as well, right? So I'm really excited about that idea, but that is a long-term plan. Shout outs.
Shout out!
Missy, thank you for your email and your link to a Pinterest image, this image. I always love it when I get sent stuff from people that's inspiring and it kind of, someone else gives me the information and it sends me on a bit of a tangent. Certainly in those times where I've not been feeling at my most creative. Don't get me wrong, I still feel like I'm not at my capacity at the moment, but I do think that that is the changes I've been making, a lot of the work that has gone into creating this new membership and obviously dissolving the others. There is so much work, I'm not even going to get into it with you, but it is a ball ache. The other notable news I want to bring to your fabulous attention is Radish. This piece is finally up for sale. I'm done with it. I love it and I'm finding it really hard, but I'm selling it and I'm also selling it with a 25% discount, and I'll also link the information down below as well. I also want to shout out to Laurie. Laurie had left me, I think it was a comment, giving me instructions or a brief essentially. It was from the vlog a couple of weeks ago, and I am going to do it, and I'm going to do it for our next vlog because my sort of schedule will be much lighter and I'll have started my job and I will need something to sort of keep me going in my momentum, my creative momentum. So Laurie, thank you very much. I will be dedicating a lot of the next vlog on your brief because I really do think that it will be great for other people. It is very collage oriented, so I'm very, very excited because I do really want to crack my love of collage and find my flow with it. I have a vision, but I don't know how to get there, and I don't even know what the vision looks like. I think we all have those moments. So there's the updates. Those are the updates, guys. We're gonna go to the studio and we are going to swatch the Pinkest Pink that was recommended to me by a subscriber. I still can't remember who had advised. I don't know why, it just goes. It fleets. My brain deletes so much important information, you know, like people's birthdays and my PIN number and things. It's a nightmare. Anyway, let's get into that and yeah, we'll just figure it out from there. We are finally here with the Pinkest Pink. Ooh, hang on. This pigment is known as the Pinkest Pink, and I'm just gonna give you a brief little synopsis on who's saying that. Hang on, sorry. Culture Hustle. This isn't sponsored, by the way, I should really caveat that. It was actually brought to my attention by a subscriber. It might have been Michelle, it might have been Sheila. I'm sorry, my memory is so bad. I get quite a few comments. I do write them down, then I'll lose my notebook. You get the situation, but you know who you are. Thank you very much for your recommendation. I have got it, it has arrived. Everything's amazing. The Pinkest Pink. On first inspection, I don't know, it's not my pink. Right, so there are several pinks that I have. This is not one of my pinks. So in terms of the Pinkest Pink, I think we can safely say it's a relative. That's very relative, isn't it? Very relative statement. I'm a bit annoyed because now they have an even pinker one, which is very much more my pink. So that's annoyed me a little bit. But we are going to make some up. It just says add water. It doesn't need anything fancier than that. I'm also going to be swatching in my swatch diary let's get on the other camera, see what the situation is about. I will have this linked below, just if anyone's interested, but they, as you've seen, they do have a even pinker one, which has kind of bummed me out a bit because I would have much preferred the other one, to be honest. So that's annoyed me a little bit. But it's fine. I'm just not very good at disappointment. I haven't even broken... Whoa, did you see that? Haven't even broken the seal. I'm just going to use a bit of my water here. Okay, that's quite a bit of water. Let's see. Okay, it's taking a moment to dissolve. Okay, so put a bit more in, shall we? Let's try and make it into a pink. I'm also going to add the pigment to different things. I think that would be good, actually. I think you need to make it into a bit of a paste first. I've never done this before, so I think it's just a lot of consistent stirring at this point, which is boring. Okay, let's see, shall we? Okay. Obviously I'm not an expert in this, so I can't really say. I mean, the pink is a lot better when it's actually mixed. I would have very much liked to have experimented with the even pinker one, because that really does seem, on first impressions, that does seem far more my pigment, my colour, my side of pink. This is, I mean, it's a nice pink. It's nice. Let me get some, actually, I'm going to get some matte medium to put with it, and I'm also going to get some sand paste. Let's experiment. Let's try a bit of this. I haven't used this in a while. See if I can put a little bit in here. Why not? Why not? Structure gel this is. So it'll be good to see how well this mixes in. And actually, first impressions, I'm getting shit everywhere now already. First impressions, it's not too bad, I'll be honest. Yeah, it bonds really well. Yeah, the pigment's quite nice to work with. It's a bit grainy, but I also think that that's large in part how I'm mixing it. I don't think that's the pigment's fault so much. I am taking some responsibility myself for that. And then we have got, oh my god, this, sorry. Okay, so now this is sand paste. Let's dip it in there. So we can't mix that in. Okay. Yeah. I think this, with the sand paste, I think the colour lightens because of the white of the paste. You don't get that much with the structure gel. So I think it has changed, the colour somewhat. But in terms of actually using pigments in these mediums, it's actually a really, like powder pigments. It's opened up a few doors for me, this. I know it's nothing new, it's just something I've never done before. I'm not going to waste any of this. I'm going to make a ground in a moment in one of my sketchbook spreads. Okay, so as far as the pinkest pink goes, as I've literally stated a few times, and I probably will again, just out of pure rage, the other pink seems far more my vibe than this one, although it does go on darker than the pigment, which makes sense. So it's not all lost in that respect. I'll just pull out a spread in my A5 sketchbook. We are close to finishing this, and I will be doing my first ever live sketchbook tour with the Lazy Redhead Plus, which is the exclusive membership here on YouTube. You would think one would have all of this prepared in advance to save on editing, but
That's too silly. That's such a silly suggestion. Oh my word, the silliest of the sillies.
I'm just going to create a bit of a ground on here because I can, really. I'm not one to waste. I hate waste. In my next vlog, you're going to see how much I hate waste. It is up there with shall I keep my toenails in a jar? But I believe in the vision. So you'll have to go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. There we go. There's still a bit left. So I might just have to do a layer situation, let that dry. Actually, it'd be good to see how fast this dries. Obviously, in terms of the quantity of water, I more than likely have done it wrong. It is on the website. Maybe I should go and have a little ganders. Have a little look-a-rooney. One thing I will state, I am not the type of channel one would come to for direction. This is a huge disclaimer, not only on this video, but the channel in general, certainly if you are new. The great thing about this, I say the great thing, it sounds really bad when I say that. The interesting is a better word. The interesting about this pigment is that Anisha Kapoor, who's an artist, he is banned from using the pinkest pinks. It's patented that everyone else apart from Anisha Kapoor could actually use the pigment, which is so funny. And for those of you who don't know, Anisha Kapoor owns the rights to the darkest pigment in the world and has also banned the use of that pigment to anyone ever. And I think that's why I think Culture Hustle are going out of their way to create these pigments and banning him from using them. I don't know whether Culture Hustle that make it. What's it? Who is it? Who's actually on the pot? Stuart. Let me have a look at the actual ad because I can't make head nor tails. Liberating Colours since 2016. The world's pinkest pinks by Stuart Semple. Okay, maybe this is like a... I'm going to put another layer on now. Maybe it's like an art project of his. I don't know. Who the bloody hell is Stuart Semple? Should I know him? Who are you, Stuart Semple? He's an artist, Stuart Semple. Oh, I really like his work. I need to screen record really for you. Wait a second. This is his website. To cut through cynicism and give images again the power to disturb is quite a feat. Love that. Happy face, wedged between two buildings. Delightful. It's like something has fallen down the side of a couch. Okay. Okay. It's very postery. I've got time for that. Right, let's look at his art then. Okay, let's have a look at these. Oh, that's nice. Which one's called? This one's called Bloom. Jersey Zoo. This is a recent artwork. It's beautiful. I'm assuming it's for Pride, just with the rainbow. The artwork commemorates the visionary approach to British naturalist Gerald Durrell. The zoo led conservation whilst embodying Semple's activist-driven practices rooted in accessibility and ecological responsibility. Okay. Well, why use the rainbow? He's very playful, you know, very political. And I think the playfulness with the smiley faces, the colours, obviously the soft teddy bears are all innate to talk about loaded subject matters in a more than likely somewhat ironic, childish, sort of tongue-in-cheek way, which I think is meant to drive his message home a lot further. But some of his other stuff is quite sinister, which is what someone reviewed. Okay, now we know who he is, kind of. Not the best example. This is it. The Ultra Pink paint by Stuart Semple is available for everyone except Anisha Kapoor, who won't share his black. The paint is available exclusively from culturehustle.com. he does a few colours, which I think of a range of his signature colours. I do like the pinkest pink though. I do like it. I just wanted it even pinker, so I might be a knob and get the other one. I know I'm the worst. I think I should use this first to see if I actually get any use out of it, rather than just owning it and saying, yeah, I own that now. I need to see if it actually has a place within my practice. I mean, it's pink, it's always going to have a place, but in terms of the actual practicalities of having a pigment, we've got to be careful with our pennies, guys. Right, I'm going to let this dry. Oh, this is quite nice. I'm gonna let this dry. I'm gonna clean all this up, and yeah, we'll be back in the studio with something else. In those moments, you need to leave the house. I've been leaving the house a lot lately, but this is for different reasons. Plein airing stuff. Taken with me is my gouache palette. I'm going to fill these pens up. Some are already filled, but I'm going to refill, put in this little pouch here, and I'll probably take... Can't take him because he's pencil only. I don't want to take him. I'm probably just going to take him. Yeah. Loads of room in that. Yeah, I'll take him. I need to make sure I've got enough paper though. No. Need to make more paper to go obviously in between the pages. Cool. I'll do that quick and then we'll get going. Stood in a big puddle. Had lunch before I sat down to draw. Feeling a bit sick now. Oh well. I'm gonna walk home and I don't know, see if I can't find my creative zing somewhere in the studio. See you there. Okay, so I wanted to quickly have a coffee. Hang on. I want to just show you what it looked like dry. It actually looks really nice dry. It's absolutely fine. It's very powdery. It feels very powdery, you know. See the difference? Hang on. Wait. Very powdery, very scratchy. Got some cheap pencils here. I'm just going to have a little... Oh, they do go on quite nice. Okay, now I'm excited. The Swatcheroonie. Yeah. Yeah, it's all right. I mean, what do you say? What do you say? I think this is, anything I do say would be more about the medium I popped it with as opposed to, this is modelling gel, I think it was called, and that's obviously the sand paste, extra fine sand paste. They're great, they're fine. Yeah, there's not really a lot I want to say on the swatchy diary. This though, I am thinking of taking my plein air picture that I really actually loved, which is this one with the birds, and I'm going to sort of recreate it on there. I think that'll be quite nice. I was going to use oil pastels, but I have a meeting in a bit. And I want to be, I want as much time on this as possible. So the clear up from oil pastels is gargantuan. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pour my pencils out like a child. Right, so we've got a bit of C. So let's, with anything like this, it's best just to just do it, you know, just crack on. I like the fact that there is the pink underneath. This is something I wanted to try actually on canvas, because you know I love pink. I absolutely love pink, so you know, I'm really delighted about this. These are really cheap pencils, by the way. Obviously a more premium pencil would go on better. I do have a roll of premium. Shall I get the roll of premium pencils? Yeah, all right, wait there. Premium pencils! Balls, I've just got pencils everywhere. I just want to see if they go on better. So like in here we have a mixture of Derwent Lightfast, we have a bit of Faber-Castell, we have Prismacolor, we have Chromaflow by Derwent, we have these chunky ones which are some of my favourite. I think we do have a touch of luminance in there as well. We have Derwent Drawing, we have Pablo Caran d'Ache, Creme de la Creme guys, Creme de la bloody creme, and Holbein obviously. Let's see if it goes on better. Honestly, you just can't. I'm sorry, but look at that. Ugh, bloody love a premium pencil. The reason why I've got them split up, for those of you that are new, because I do have some beautiful new subscribers, welcome. The reason I have separate pages or separate pencils, oh my God, I can't even speak, separate pencils is primarily because I had discovered this one, which is called Seaweed Green, and it's from the Castle Arts Harmonious set, right? Now, because they were from a cheaper brand, they weren't open stock, so they weren't available for replacement. I had to basically buy a whole new packet, and the sheer anxiety of that was overwhelming. So much so that I ended up just splitting the cheaper, still good, but cheaper non-open stock pencils from the premium open stock pencils, so that I would never be in a position where I couldn't replace a pencil again, because the pain was too much. It was visceral. I have since found a replacement for this in the Derwent Racing Green, and I think the Forest Green. Let me have a look. Yes, beautiful, absolutely stunning. Let's get rid of that thing because that's going to do my head in. Yeah. So I think the Forest Green hits more toward the Seaweed Green. I just don't have an example of it. So I had to hunt high and low out of my entire pencil collection, which is extensive, guys. Extensive. Yeah, this is great. This is what I need today. I have so much to do today. I've launched, obviously, officially my bloody rashes. I've got rashes all over my body. I officially launched my my new premium yesterday. Yes, officially yesterday via a short. Obviously, you've had a little the advert in this video today, and so many people have been so lovely. I am going to do shout outs at the end, and there are some really important bits of information that I wasn't aware of until I'd launched it with iOS. Oh, I'll tell you here whilst we're sketching away. So basically, a friend of mine couldn't get on the membership or to join. She couldn't join. There was no button. She was using an iPad at the time. So we were a bit confused. She was losing her literal nut because she just does that. And we basically figured out that iOS does not support payment to YouTube. So you have to use a PC, Windows, that kind of thing, or Android. I think they did the same over on YouTube, I believe. No, I think they did the same on Patreon, I believe, where they charged extra to stream Patreon through the Apple app. If you have an Apple, Apple would charge more. They did with Patreon, which really royally pissed me off. It wouldn't make the membership more expensive to the users. That money would be taken out of the creator, which is an absolute farce. So I think they might have tried to potentially do the same on YouTube. YouTube's gone, you can shove it up your derriere chicken tits, and they now refuse to allow payment via iOS. So that was the issue that we discovered yesterday. So, and I know that a couple of people have asked me where's the join button, and it'll simply be because they're looking through an app on their phone or their iPad, iPhone or iPad. So it's a shame. I don't know why Apple being greedy little hungry bitches. I mean, Jesus, it's Apple, for Christ's sake. Nevertheless, they are. So, yeah, that is why, guys. So that's the iOS saga. I thought I'd left that behind with Patreon, but clearly not. What else? What else was I going to say? That was it, really. But so many people have joined already, and I'm just so bloody delighted. I'm really looking forward. I might schedule actually an impromptu welcome face-to-face, or maybe even a welcome. Well, we've got a live at the end of the month. I've already got my little calendar here. So this is obviously the Lazy Redhead Plus. So we've had our first face-to-face. That was my bad. Me and Debbie Ann were on it, and no one else. But the reason for that was because I was behind on getting the launch done, which is fine. And we have a Plus Live at the end of the month. So you'll get two quite close together, obviously the beginning of the month and the end of the month. Do you see what I mean? So by this time, you're going to get a face-to-face literally the week after. Do you see what I mean? Which is quite nice. It can tie in, hopefully by this point though, by the live on the Plus, Lazy Redhead Plus, we will have an exclusive sketchbook tour, which I'm really, really excited about. So the sketchbook tour will be obviously filmed and edited on YouTube, but the Plus will get a live show and tell, so they can ask questions, and I'm really excited about it. I've never done it before. Never done it before, so excited. I've already had people notice, I think someone emailed me yesterday and noticed that the radish was available. So yeah, and I was like, The thing is, that's why I make such a terrible businesswoman, you know, because I've struggled to let things go. I know, guys, I am an absolute weirdo. One might think that I'm having to get a full-time job because of my inability to run my own business, because I get so attached to the things I create, and it's not the case at all. I think it's do you know what it is? I need a new challenge. I want to be around people a bit more. You know, I want to get out a little bit more, and I just need a new challenge, a fresh start. You know, and we need the money to pay for a new studio, because although this situation is fine, if it rains, I can't hear myself think. If it's cold, I'm freezing. If it's hot, I feel like I'm cooking and boiling. You know, it's not conducive. It's so, yeah, it's just not. It's not cool. So it's not a good space to have as a working space. I'm very limited. I've had to do a couple of lives and stuff on my kitchen table, and although it's really great for nostalgia, because that's where I started this, was at my kitchen table, I feel like we've come a long way. I can't create bigger work either, or I could do, but very small window certain times of the year. Like now is a great time to start. So I am going to take that opportunity, actually, rather than obviously waiting. I'm going to start working big. So Lazy Redhead Pluses are going to get exclusives on that, but you will, obviously it will be in vlogs on the tube as well. Yeah. So yeah. So there's just a lot, isn't there? A lot going on, a lot of cool stuff, and it's great. It's positive. I feel very positive. So I'm excited about the future. I'm glad that the Plus thing is launched. It's more, do you know what it is? It's quite stressful having multiple platforms, so it is nice to finally have everything in one area and one place. So that's nice. Really enjoy that. This is just delightful. I'm sorry, I'm having such a whale of a time. This is probably the most creative I've been in a couple of weeks. That's what I feel like. Weight has been lifted off me, guys. For those of you who are new, in fact, and don't understand my process, don't worry, neither do I. Ultimately though, in a brief overview, I am very I just like putting colour together. What is that? I'm going through. All right. I like putting colour together. I am very intuitive. I make marks, see how they go. If I don't like them, I cover them up. If I do like them, I usually do them over and over again until I'm absolutely sick of the bloody sight of them. I'm very obsessive that way. I found that my sketchbook practice has really sort of launched me to be more experimental, to not be so rigid, and that is an amazing sense of freedom. I don't feel myself getting as het up when I make mistakes, if you like, because they're usually really useful mistakes. And it's just practice and continuation and doing it in spite of people saying stuff. I have people, my friends, actually one of my friends, God love her, she's not artistic in respect, she doesn't understand. And she would admit that, but she looked at my work one day and was like, you're just scribbling. And I'm like, yeah, well, I could do that. And I want to say, but you didn't, which is always the response that a lot of artists give and stuff. But I just think, well, there is a lot of ideas that I'm capable of achieving and haven't. So I find that idea, you know, just a bit silly. I'm going to do these birds because this is the whole reason why I'm sort of doing this. I absolutely love it. So, you know, there are people in my life who don't get it, and that's fine. But I love a scribble. I love a swatch. This is the other thing. I'm big on swatches. Big, hardcore. Cool. Wicked. Really love that. It should really be more kind of thingy. I probably should have made it a little bit like more sort of angular, that angle sort of going, but it's fine. You get the pretense of it all. Now I need a blue grey to kind of this is a sky, grey skies. Cool. You know, it just gives you an idea that but I love that. So you've got some pebbles, which is indicative of the little note. I've got my birds. This one is probably a better angle than that, but that's okay. I'll just remember that. You know, but this is more me, certainly with that pink background. That is, I was going to say effing delicious. It's delish! It's delish, guys! Oh my God, this is the most creative I've been in such a long time. I'm so bloody happy. Ah, oh, that felt great. Don't even think about it. No. Oh, you got to have eyes. You've got to have eyes on her. No, Ruby. Nightmare. Made myself a little croque monsieur, which is basically a cheese and ham toastie. I'm going to do a little shout out, right? Because you guys deserve it. You've been with me through thick and thin. You are part of what I call the Horde. Those who've been on my lives will know what the Horde means. If you don't, oh, buttery hands. It means you need to be on live. I'll be doing lives on YouTube. Basically, I've changed the schedule for YouTube. I've committed. I'm going to try and commit to 2 vlogs a month and then throw in a live, cheeky little live every so often. It's going to be experimenting with YouTube, what I can and can't do. You know, I'm trying to be realistic with my time. I want to commit to a proper schedule so as not to let people down. But, you know, I don't really know what that's going to look like, if I'm honest, until I start my job. And then I can be a bit more realistic, come up with realistic expectations. But that's what I've committed to in the head. 2 vlogs a month. So I want to shout out to those who have already part of the Lazy Redhead Plus. You beauties. We have got Papier and Pigment. I think that might be Paper and Pigment. Oh, you've got videos. Ah, you've got videos. I'm going to subscribe to you. I've subscribed. Thank you for joining my Lazy Redhead Plus. I'm delighted. Debbie Ann, you beau. Love you. Therese, hi Therese, how are we doing? I am subscribed to your channel as well. Cynthia, hello my darling, hello. For those, actually, that does remind me, there are going to be people that might not be comfortable with the face-to-faces. That's been brought to my attention. I want to say that you can be a part of them and still mute your camera and mute the actual voice thing. So we won't be able to hear you or see you, but you can be part of the fun, see other people's work, things like that. It's usually just a chat and everything. You can put us on whilst you're creating yourself. You don't need to, you know, I know that that might not be something people are interested in, but they can still be part of the fun. So there are ways in which you can mute and have the camera switched on, off, just in case that's something you vibe with. Stephanie, black to white colour. All right, babes. Thank you. Missy, Lou, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Oh my God, sorry. My dog is just running around and I'm worried that she's going to cause herself a disservice. Nightmare. JR Baker, howdy howdy. And Leslie, obviously. Leslie, I'm proud of you, babe. Leslie, like myself, we have one thing in common in that we are quite technologically disadvantaged. We've come a long way, Leslie and I. We have We have scaled mountains, the mountain that is technology, and we have overcome a lot of hurdles to get where we are today and achieving the things we're doing today. So Leslie and I have that very much in common. Proud of you, babe. Thank you all so much for joining my Lazy Redhead Plus. I'm going to continue to do shout outs and everything else. If you do want to be part of a community outside of YouTube, we do have a FB group called the Lazy Redhead Swap and Share. It's completely free. It's not really run by me, it's run by the community. Everyone kind of shows their progress on stuff, asks questions, give recommendations, lots of advice. It is exactly what it says on the tin. It is a swap and share that's basically driven by the community, and it's an amazing space that I couldn't live without. All these things are linked below, okay? Anyway, I'm gonna get going. Subscribe, like this video, and press the bell for continuous notifications. I have to start committing to doing that, saying it at some point in my video. I know. Right, but croque monsieur's getting cold. Oh!
It's delicious!
Bye, guys. Mwah.